Hello there, grade 6. Okay, for today, we're going to learn about the nervous system. Okay. Ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng nervous system? Nervous system refers to uh, basically things that has something to do with your brain. Okay. Brain ninyo and other parts pa. Thinking, reacting to what you see, to your taste, lahat yan. It's under the nervous system. Okay. Teacher Mark, is the nervous system about you being nervous? No. Pero it's possible because yun na nga, being nervous is part of the nervous system, but nervous system doesn't mean that you're nervous. Okay? Hindi yung ganun. So the nervous system, main organ of the nervous system is the brain. Okay? Yan ang main organ natin, which is ang brain. Responsible for actions through communication of brain to other parts of the body. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Responsible for actions through communication of brain to other parts of the body. So, what you see, kunwari, may nakita kayong food, what are you going to do? If you are full, posible that you are going to just avoid it. Diba? And if you are not, most likely, you will eat it. Ganun lang man yan. Okay. Responsible for actions like your brain will tell you to stand up. Not literally will tell you because you yourself is basically telling it to yourself. No? If tatayo ka, you will basically stand up. You also react to what you hear. Like for example, please get a cup or a glass of water. So tatayo tayo, kukuha tayo ng glass of water. So your brain is sending those signals, those communication all throughout your body part to move, to stand, to walk, get a glass of water, and go bring it to who asked for it. Ganun lang yun. Okay? Also responsible for emotions. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, if you are mad, if you want to cry, if you are in love, if you like someone, these are all because of the nervous system, basically your brain. Okay? Not your heart. You do not fall in love with your heart, just to let you know. Okay? You might tell me, Teacher Mark, na bakit pag nandyan si crush, your heartbeat tends to increase? Yun na nga, it's still because of your brain. Brain pa rin nagsisend ng signals all throughout your body to feel that. That's why yung heart nyo rin is nagpapump ng mabilis if you get nervous at some point. Okay? Okay, neuron is the basic unit of the communication system. Also called as the nerve cell. Okay? Just to let you know, yung mga nasa red, since my past videos, ganun naman talaga. Yung mga naka-red, ganun, yan yung mga important information that you need to know. So as early as now, kung pwede, write down or jot down basic information para if you will study, nasa notebook na lang. Okay? It's up to you if you want to copy everything or you just want to write down important notes. Kayo na bahala. Basta sa akin, it's better para pag mag-study kayo, you don't have any excuses. Teacher Mark, walang internet. Oh, I'm already here telling you to write down important information. Okay? So the neuron is basically also called the nerve cell. Okay? Another name for neuron is nerve cell. Anong ginagawa ng neuron? Anong purpose ng neuron? Neuron is basically the one that receives and transmits nerve impulses. Nerve impulses refers to signal. Dyan sa brain natin. Basta, I'll explain further. Okay, basic part of a neuron, we have the axon, a long, slender protection of the nerve. Okay, it carries impulses, electrical signals away from the cell body. So away, papunta sa labas. From the neuron, papunta sa other parts ng katawan natin. Okay? Kasi it says away. Okay, take note of that. The one that carries impulses away from the cell body is called an axon. Axon terminals. Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng axon terminals? The very end of the axon branch. Okay? So basically refers to the tip most of the nerve, which is ito na nerve cell, which is the neuron. Okay. The dendrites short branching nerve fibers. Ito, that carry impulses towards the cell body. Ibig sabihin, siya yung nagre-receive. Okay, impulses tend to go through the dendrites. Passes through here, siya yung nagre-receive. Okay, so yung dendrites na yan. Short branching nerve fibers that carries impulses towards the cell body. Bakit ko nasabi na siya yung nagre-receive? Kasi ang sabi dito, carry impulses towards the cell body. Okay, whatever the signal is, saan man galing yung signal, is passing towards, papunta. Okay, let me... Yung signals na yan, papasok dyan. Okay? Ganon yung passage. Papasok sa ating dendrites. Okay. The soma contains the nucleus and other structures common to living things. Ito, nandyan yung nucleus, yung main basic unit of life. Cell nga eh. So, nandyan yung, we basically need this nucleus kasi it's like the command center of everything. Just like us, we have our brain. Yung brain din natin, they have nerve cells, and the nerve cells basically have their own brain as well that is specified to do a certain task. Okay? Yan ang ibig sabihin. Okay. So, types of neurons. We have the sensory or afferent neurons. They send impulses from sensory receptors such as eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, explain ko to further, toward the central nervous system. Okay. The central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. And another type of neuron is the motor or efferent neurons. They send impulses away from the central nervous system to muscles or glands. Sige, na-explain natin to with the use of this picture. Okay, yung sa taas, ito yung sensory. Okay, para maintindihan natin. Okay. So, the signal from the sensory ang pumapasok papunta sa ating brain. Yun na yung neurons nga. Okay. Then, from here, yung motor or the efferent neurons is the reaction of what your other senses sensor. For example, ito nga yung eyes nyo, yung ears nyo, yung nose nyo, yung tongue nyo, yung skin. Let's try to give example one by one. Yung eyes nyo. So once your eyes will be able to see food or water, and let's say you are thirsty, it sends signals to your brain and tells you to pick it up. There's water there, so pick it up and drink it. So your brain will now command you to pick the water up using yung muscles natin. Okay? Kasi yung muscles natin, syempre sila yung reason bakit we can move around, and of course along with the skeletal system as well. Okay. So ganun yung example. So another example, let's say yung ears ninyo. If you will be able to hear a loud bang, okay? Nandito na tayo sa ears, okay? Tapos na tayo sa eyes natin. If you'll be able to hear a loud bang, your reaction will be to cover your ears or to get scared, okay? So, yung ears ninyo nag-send signal sa brain to have a certain reaction of covering your ears. Sa nose nyo rin, if you'll be able to smell something good, papasok yun sa brain ninyo, and if it smells good, maganda yung reaction ninyo. If it smells bad, most likely you are going to cover your nose and complain about it. Yung tongue nyo, ganun din. If you'll be able to taste something and your brain is going to tell you that you are familiar with it. Like, even if you're going to close your eyes, if you eat chocolate, you will know that it's chocolate. The reaction of it, sending through your jaws to continue munching. Continue eating. Sa skin nyo rin. Sa skin nyo. If someone will touch you or something hot touches your skin, your brain will put out a reaction to your motor neurons. Okay? From sensory neurons all the way to your motor neurons. Ganun yung reaction dyan. So that's what it means there. That's why it says there that sensory or afferent neurons, they send impulses from your receptor all the way to your brain, and from your brain naman magsisend ng impulses away from the central nervous system to other parts of your body. Okay, I hope I was able to make that clear. That's a difference between the two, sensory and motor nerves. O, one example pa, for example, someone, ikaw, may crush ka. Kasi sa age nyo, baka may crush na kayo. You'll be able to see your crush, yung eyes nyo, nakita nyo yung crush nyo. So, your reaction will be most likely, possible that you will have your heart pumping, racing fast. Diba? Or, anong gagawin nyo? Nandyan si crush, what will you do? Your brain will tell you to say hi, or your brain will just basically tell you to keep your mouth shut. Okay. So, to understand further, no, if you have time, try nyo panoorin ulit yung palabas na Inside Out. Okay, and you will see, basically, it's like, gumawa sila ng cartoon version of the nervous system. That's basically yung total na point of this nervous system na yan. Okay? So anyway, going back. Okay. Interneurons or association neurons, they send information between sensory neurons and motor neurons. Okay, so in between yan sa kanila, parang back and forth yan. Back and forth ang purpose ng interneurons. That's why it's called inter. It can be either going from or away. Okay? Going to or moving away from. Ganun lang yan. Okay, synapses. The space where signals or impulses jump between neurons. Okay. Signals and impulses jump from an axon of one neuron to the dendrites of another neuron. Okay, may pattern naman tayo diyan. Okay, yung basic parts natin yan ipapakita ko lang, explain ko lang later after doing this. Nerve, a bundle of sensory and motor neurons through which impulses pass between the brain and spinal cord. Okay. So, going back to the synapses, no? The space where signals or impulses jump between neurons. So, this is a neuron, just to let you know. This is another neuron. Okay. And specifically, this is a sending neuron. Ibig sabihin, yung information passes from this going out sa axon. And this is another neuron here, and this is a receiving neuron in which yung connection, the synapses kasi is the space between. It's a space between where the information or the signal jumps from one neuron to another. From an axon to the dendrites of another neuron. Okay? Ang flow is from here to the axon, and receiving is from the dendrites of another neuron. Okay? Ganun lang. Okay. Division of the nervous system. We have the central and peripheral nervous system. We'll focus on the central muna. Central nervous system or CNS. This system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. So makikita nyo, we have the brain and the spinal cord. Responsible for all the responses of both external and internal reaction. The brain, which is yun na nga, under the central nervous system, the main organ of the nervous system. Spinal cord, the major line that connects the brain to other parts of the body. Okay, just to let you know that itong part na to is very, very, very important. And this is very fragile. Kasi once something happens with your spinal cord, for example, at this point, example lang, you're playing and you accidentally fell very hard, tapos na-damage itong part na to sa lower back ninyo. If part of this will get damaged, which means your brain can no longer transmit signal all the way down to your body. It cuts off only until there. Ano ang result niyan? The result there is that you can no longer move. Hindi ka na makakagalaw because of that. Okay? The only functions that you can do is from this point all the way up. Wala na. You can move your arms, you can move other things, pero yung lower body ninyo, you cannot move your legs anymore once that part will get damaged. Kung dito naman tayo na damage, something hits you there, wala na. You may still be alive, you may still see, pero wala na kayong mafe-feel dyan. And regarding naman itong part na to, itong nakat na to, no, yung sa first na sinabi ko kanina, if you are familiar with X-Men, si Professor X, no, ganyan kasi yung nangyari eh. Nagkaroon siya ng nasaktan siya sa lower back part of the body. So, dyan na yung na-damage. And since na-damage, hindi na siya makalakad. So, just to let you know, no. So, if you'll be able to see people with a wheelchair, most likely, it's either if only they cannot walk or talagang na-disable na yung connection from the brain to the lower part of their body. Okay, so ganun lang yun. The brain is made up of 3 parts. We have the forebrain, we have the midbrain, and we have the hindbrain. Okay. Important parts, 3 basic parts yan. Central nervous system, still under the central nervous system. We have the forebrain, which consists of the cerebrum and other structures beneath it. Beneath it are the thalamus, hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland. Okay, ito yung pituitary gland natin. Okay. The thalamus carries information from the sense organs to the cerebrum. The hypothalamus controls your emotions, pulse, sensation of hunger and thirst, appetite, and sleep pattern. The pituitary gland makes hormones that control many processes inside your body, such as growth and metabolism. So these are information that you need to be familiar. Kasi syempre, in our exams, I'll be giving this enumeration in which you're going to identify which is which. Okay? So we also have the midbrain. Kasi yung kanina, this is just part of your forebrain. Okay? Forebrain lang yan. Pagdating ngayon sa midbrain, located under the forebrain, this one, coordinates all the information in and out of the brain through the spinal column. Siya yung connected sa spinal column natin. Okay, the hindbrain, located under the back end of the forebrain, it consists of the cerebellum, which controls the balance, movements, and muscle coordination. So, which means if you are going to spin around, continuously spin and spin and spin around, there's a certain liquid there in your brain that will also skip spinning even if you are already even if you already stopped spinning. So ang mangyayari doon is that it's as if everything that you see around you are still moving. That's why we get dizzy, no? So your hindbrain is basically responsible for that. Okay. And of course, we also have the spinal cord. A long bundle of nerves. Yung spinal cord ninyo is yung nerves, okay? That extends from the lower part of your brain down through the spine. Okay. Iba yung spinal cord, iba yung spine. Spinal cord refers to yung mga nerves na yan, while yung spine nyo naman is basically the bone. Okay. The connection between your brain and other parts of your body protected by the backbone, which is ito na nga. Okay? So, basically, earlier, siya yung central nervous system. And after the central nervous system, we also have the peripheral nervous system. Under the peripheral nervous system, this consists of a network of sensory and motor fibers that connect all parts of the body. This plays a very important role kasi kung wala yung peripheral nervous system natin, your brain will not be able to contact the rest of the body. Hindi pwede will connect to your eyes, to your senses, to your actions. Hindi kayo makalakad, hindi kayo, wala, useless pa rin kung wala tayong peripheral nervous system. That's why both systems are important. The central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The PNS or peripheral nervous system is further divided into 2 parts. Somatic. This means that it controls the actions of the voluntary muscles, like muscles in your arms, legs, and face. Anong ibig sabihin nito? What do you mean by voluntary? Which means you can control it. you can basically stand up right now, unless if you're too lazy, your brain contradicts that action. You can go stand up, drink water. Nakakontrol nyo lahat. Move your arms, clap your hands. Pwede, lahat. Voluntary. So that falls under the somatic. Okay? Then we also have the autonomic. The autonomic is responsible for the functions of your heart. Your heart, your lungs, your glands, your blood vessels, and smooth muscles of the digestive system. All these are involuntary. Ano ang difference ng somatic and autonomic? Sa somatic, you can control these muscles. Your face, your smile, makasmile kayo, you can frown. Somatic yan. Nakokontrol nyo. While for the autonomic, involuntary. Ibig sabihin, you cannot control it. Your heart pumps. You cannot tell your heart to stop pumping. Your lungs will continuously breathe in and out. Even if you're going to try to stop it, like if you're going to hold your breath, eventually, you will gasp and yun na, mawawalan kayo ng hangin and basically continue breathing. Kahit i-stop nyo pa yan, I dare you right now. Then, of course, yun na nga yung glands nyo, blood vessels nyo, and the smooth muscles of the digestive system. Of course, yung stomach nyo. Your stomach will digest food, will munch the food further para mas you will be able to, it will become smaller. So, you cannot tell your stomach to munch it for you. Hindi pwede. Like, for example, you ate a lot of food today. You cannot tell your digestive system to, hey, hurry up, digest the food immediately. Kasi nga, these are all involuntary. It has their own pace. Okay? So, ours yan sa digestive system. Okay. So, basically, this is the end of our topic. So, yun na nga. I hope you're able to understand further about your peripheral, the nervous system, basically everything. Central nervous system nyo, yung the peripheral nervous system as well. Again, if you have time, try to watch Inside Out. Baka mas maintindihan nyo further yung topic natin. Okay, so that's basically it.